A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Shivam Shukla, and here I am to solve a problem on resultant of general force system. It's a university problem for 6 marks. Let us see how the question statement goes as. Question statement states, find the resultant of the forces acting on the bell crank lever. Also locate its position with respect to hinge B. First of all, let us see the problem and understand why it is a problem on general force system. Now, as you all can see, my dear friends, this beam, as you all can see, it's an obtuse angled beam. Basically, it's an L shape, that is right angle L shape. So now, as the load is applied, that's why the obtuse angle shape is taken. So let us see how many total forces are there. This is a 50 Newton force acting at an inclined angle 60 degrees, 100 Newton force acting vertically downward, 120 Newton force towards right. So friends, apart from the three basic types of force system of coplanar force system, that is concurrent, parallel and general, out of those, as we can see, this is a force which is inclined, this is acting vertically downward, this is acting towards right. If I talk about all these forces, neither of the all three forces are meeting at the same point, nor they are parallel to each other. So the last option that remains, that is the it is a general force system. Okay, since this is at a particular angle, this is acting vertically downward, this is acting towards right. Now, first basic step is to draw the FBD. Again, what are we supposed to find in the problem? Find the resultant of the system, resultant of the forces acting on the bell crank lever, that is R as well as theta. Both we are supposed to find. Till there, the problem is for 4 marks. Also locate its position with respect to hinge B. From hinge B, whether the resultant is located towards right, towards left, where. So that location we are supposed to find. So for that particular process as well as the value of the distance, we are getting 2 marks. So total is for 6 marks. Now let us see how the FBD goes. As you can see the entire diagram, only this particular force is at an inclination 50 Newton at an 60 degree. Only this will be resolved. So let us see how the FBD will be drawn. As you can see, this is the general force system of three forces acting on the bell crank lever. Okay. So now let us go with the first step of the FBD. As you can see, the FBD only 50 Newton force is resolved. This is 100 Newton taken as it is down, and this 120 Newton is taken towards right. Now if I say total of the forces, that is the first step. The process of this, again, we require to find out the distance, we require total 6 steps to be done. Now first step remains the same, that is the free body diagram. Second step is to get the algebraic sum of all the forces in x direction. Now if we take this, so 50 cos 60 plus 120, because both are acting towards right side, that is why taken as plus, the value is 145 Newton. Now if I take this, here it will be summation Fy, taking it in upward sense as positive, minus 50 sin 60, because it is acting vertically downward, minus 100, it is not plus 100, minus 100. So as you can see the value over here, so the value comes out to minus 143.301. That is why it is taken as 143.301 Newton acting vertically downwards. Going ahead, the magnitude of resultant is R is equal to root of summation Fx square plus summation Fy square, which is taken as 145 square plus 143.301 square. Again, the value whatever it comes, the resultant will be acting towards fourth quadrant. This is why, my dear friends, I hope you all understand, because summation Fx is acting towards right, summation Fy is acting downwards. That is why the resultant will be acting between the two, that is in fourth quadrant, towards fourth quadrant. Okay, let us go ahead for finding out theta, location of resultant. Determination of direction of resultant. So theta is equal to tan inverse of summation Fy divided by summation Fx. Theta is equal to this. So value of theta comes out to this much. So therefore R is equal to 203.862 Newton at theta is equal to 44.66 degrees towards fourth quadrant. Till here, every step will be giving you 1 mark. So the problem till here gives you 4 marks. Now there is a question where the location of the resultant will be there. Just for that sake, we will be going back to the questions diagram again. So let us see the questions diagram. As you all can see it, this is the questions diagram. Let's go to the FBD. what we have considered, my dear friends, now we have considered from the point B, let the resultant will be taken at a perpendicular distance small d to the right of B. Either we could have taken it to the right or we could have taken it to the left. Just for our calculation convenience, I will be taking it to the right of point B, that is hinge B, and let us see if that value comes out to be correct of D by using Varignon's theorem. That means our assumption is right. If that value comes out to be negative, that means the resultant will passing to the left of B. So let us go ahead with the calculation now. Okay, so we were there till here. So location of resultant now. Let the resultant be located at a perpendicular distance small d to the right hand side of B. Now in triangle BCD, why we want this adjacent side? Let us go back to the diagram just to get an idea, friends, so that later on you should not confuse. If we will be applying Varignon's theorem about point B, so what are the forces that will be taken with us? Varignon's theorem is nothing but algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about a point is equal to moment of resultant about the point to be taken in a particular direction as to the direction of rotation to be taken in a particular sequence as positive. So now if we apply the moment about B, the forces that will be considered will be 50 sine of this angle, that is sine of 60. 50 cos 60 won't come because it will be acting directly on B, this particular force, that is why this won't be taken. So 50 sine 60 will be taken, and for that the distance is 40 from this point, as it is 50 sine 60 is a dead vertical force. From here the perpendicular distance till B, that is a horizontal force, is 40. Same with this 100 Newton force, it's a vertical force, the perpendicular distance is the horizontal distance, that is 20 centimeter. Same with this 120 Newton, since this is a force and the vertical distance is not given to us, that is why we are supposed to find this distance, my dear friends. And how are we supposed to find it? Since this distance is given to us as 40 centimeter of this inclined bar, that is BC, I have considered this triangle BCD, right angle triangle, and in this if I say cos of this angle 30 will be adjacent, that is BD, divided by hypotenuse, that is BC. So accordingly I will be getting this adjacent side BD, which will be nothing but the perpendicular distance of force 120 Newton from point B. I repeat it again, why this is a perpendicular distance? By the concept of principle of transmissibility of force, this 120 Newton force will be transferred back at point D over here, and then from this, as you can see, this point B, if I take this 120 Newton force over here, exactly it will be dead perpendicular to point B. So that is why this vertical distance of BD will be the perpendicular distance. That is what we will be taking in the problem. Okay, so let us see the calculations now. So by Varignon's theorem, algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about B is equal to moment of resultant about B to be taken in clockwise sense as positive. Again, my dear friends, some of the people are taking, in many of the reference books you can see here, anti-clockwise taken as positive. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is the final answer. I will be taking it as clockwise sense as positive, and in the entire calculations of engineering mechanics I have taken clockwise sense as positive for me. So now minus 50 sine 60 into 40. Just let me go to the diagram and just frame this calculation so that you will be able to better understand this. Then we will come back to this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now you try to do it along with me. I am sitting at point B, applying summation of moment of forces about B. So this is the first force. We will be going from left to right. 50 sine 60. If you keep the finger, if you keep your thumb pivoted at point B and take your first finger towards left, that is 50 sine 60, and just along that 50 sine 60 force, you just try to rotate the force with the help of the finger. So definitely it will be in anti-clockwise sense with respect to B. That is why, since clockwise direction sense, I have taken it positive. That is why this first force into perpendicular distance is taken as negative. That is minus 50 sine 60 into 40 centimeter. Similarly, the force 100 Newton with since it goes down, only I will be sitting at point B. Just try to just hinge your thumb at point B, and just with the help of the left finger, you just try to rotate the force. Again, it will be rotating it in anti-clockwise sense. That is why minus 100 into 20. Again, if I sit with respect to B and I hinge the thumb of the right hand, and then I try to just rotate the force with the help of the finger, definitely it will be rotating in clockwise sense. That is why it will be taken as plus 120 into 34 point something, what we got as the distance. Let us just see the calculations over here. As I said, minus 50 sine 60 into 40 minus 100 into 20 plus 120 into 34.64 is equal to resultant into D. Now, why resultant is taken as positive, my dear friends? As the resultant was acting towards fourth quadrant and it is taken to the right of B, it is also going to rotate the system in clockwise sense with respect to point B. That is why it is taken as positive. I hope it is pretty much clear to everyone till here. And ultimately, once we do the calculations, we get the value of D as 2.083 centimeter, which is positive. That is why we can say yes, R is acting towards the right hand side of point B. So friends, here is how we complete the problem. Please do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.